I want to first start by maybe each person thinking, who would you like this light of healing to go to? For yourself, absolutely, but are there other people, or maybe there's a place in the world, it's a country in the world? As we know, there's a lot of unknowns happening, a lot of chaos. It seems to be chaos in different parts of the world. And so the light that we reveal is going to both individuals and the vessels of these countries. Because, and as I share deeper wisdom, just please write in the chat if there's a name of someone, if there's a part of your life that needs emotional, physical, spiritual healing, you can write it in the chat energetically so that we can see it. And just by writing it, it creates a vessel to hold this energy. All right? I'll share a deep concept with you, which is the sages say that there's this concept called the Shekhinah. Shekhinah comes from the word shochen, which means to dwell. And what that really means is that the light of the Creator, which is an energy, it's an infinite energy that is in every fabric of this world. We have learned, while it is revealed everywhere, to us it appears concealed in certain times because we have asked for that concealment to occur so that we have the free will to show up as creators ourselves. So for example, even though it might be nighttime for you, wherever you live, that doesn't mean the sun is not shining. The sun has never stopped shining. You're experiencing nighttime, darkness, simply because of the position of the earth compared to the sun in that moment for you. Where it's nighttime for you, it may be daytime for me. Now, in our practical lives, a person could be going through a breakup. A person could be going through some kind of loss or death. A person could be going through financial challenges. That is darkness for them. That is painful for them. That is some form of lack for them. The sages say, even though this person has left you, even though the money has left you, even though maybe your reputation is being damaged and that has left you, it is just like the sun. Those energies never left you. Your reputation never left. Your money was never stolen or lost. You may not see it in your bank account, but that is the illusion. The same way the sun is still shining, you are just going through a transition that it appears as if the sun is not shining. Your spiritual transition now is making it look like you are alone. If you could actually see that in 5 days, 5 weeks, 5 months, your soulmate was coming. A huge inheritance was coming. You were going to go from the bottom of wherever you are to the top. Even if it was 5 months away, you would still feel amazing today. Because what will eventually happen in the future is as if it's happening now. So if someone guaranteed you that your soulmate was coming in 5 months, you would be okay with everything. You wouldn't be worried. You wouldn't feel like you're missing out. You wouldn't feel like you're getting old or whatever. So what I'm here to tell you is that whatever you think you're missing is an illusion. And as long as you think you're missing it, you act like you're missing it, you talk like you're missing it, we might complain that we're missing it, we choose to extend that illusion. And that is the foundation of how the soul works in this world. Now, when this light of the Creator cannot be revealed in its totality until we build a vessel for it. That was the conditions, the celestial contract we made before we came to this world. There's another concept called Shekhinah. What is Shekhinah? Shekhinah is a force in this world that is actually uniting all of our souls. So imagine the Shekhinah is the female aspect of the Creator. So we have the male aspect, which is the energy that fulfills us. And then there's the female aspect of the Creator, which is the vessel that receives this light. And then what she does is she then gives it to all her children, which is all the souls of this world. So all of us, even though we look different, sound different, feel different, we have different religions, different skin colors, different backgrounds, We are actually all one organism united in this force called the Shekhinah. This is what I'm reading now from the Zohar. This is the ancient Zohar. This is what the Zohar is sharing about how we are all connected. So, when we meditate, not just on ourselves or our friends or our parents or whoever, but we meditate on this global consciousness called the Shekhinah, what we're doing is we're sending light to that place, that hub that includes all our souls. So by default, all of us receive that light, including ourselves. Because the sages say, if you just pray for yourself, you're being selfish. So a way around that is you pray and send energy to this force called Shekhinah, and because you are included in that force, you receive the same light. It's a way to bypass the selfishness and to benefit all of mankind, because you must know something. People always ask me, how do I know I'm making the right decision in life? Your decision cannot just be good for you and bad for everyone else. The way you know something is blessed is if it's good for you and good for everyone else. Now, that means that maybe there's temporary pain for someone else, right? If you fire someone in your company because they're not doing a good job, they're not performing at the level that they want or you want, that actually might be the greatest act of sharing possible, as long as your intention is, hey, I need to do this to protect my company, but I also am doing this because they won't be happy unless they can grow. And staying at this company is not causing them to grow. So yes, it will be painful momentarily, but then they will find their soulmate job. So what's good for you has to be also good for someone else, at least not now, but in the future. Doesn't mean you have to do what's good for their ego. Sometimes people stay in relationships that are really bad because they're afraid to hurt the other person. But really, you're hurting them even more by staying with them. So we have to think big picture. So this study that we're doing now, this meditation that we'll close with, is to send light to this global consciousness called Shekhinah, which we are a part of. And if you want to become more definitive about where to receive this light, just share in the chat. I need the light of healing for my broken heart. I need the light of healing because physically I do not feel well, or I'm going through some kind of disease or pain. I also chose to do this study in honor of somebody very important to me. Colleen is the mother of Mary Ruth, who has been like a mother to me as I've known her for, 15, 16 years. And just to give you a little history, Colleen actually used to be one of my students, as was Mary Ruth at one point. Eventually, we became best friends. At the time, we got married. And Mary Ruth, myself, and Colleen, we were one unit. It was pretty much, we had nothing, the three of us. And Colleen had already lost her husband and lost her son. When he was 17, he passed away in his sleep. And Mary Ruth was 18 at the time. So they really had lost their whole family. What happened a few years after the passing of Colleen's son, Mary Ruth's brother, Daniel, is that Colleen developed 2 brain tumors. Spiritually, we've talked about it, is probably the pain of the loss of her husband and her son. And as we know, all of us, the body does keep the score, as we've heard this before, from a spiritual level. She had to have medical intervention. She had to have brain surgery. They opened up her skull and removed tumors from very dangerous and delicate places, namely the brainstem. From what I heard, there's only 4 doctors in the nation, could be more now, that could perform that surgery. Luckily, she was okay. Shortly thereafter, they grew back and they had to have another surgery. At that time, Mary Ruth was 22. She hadn't met me yet. We met, I think, around when she was 25 or 6. when she came to study spirituality to kind of make sense of everything. That surgery was complicated. She was rushed to the ICU, and part of her became paralyzed, and she lost her memory, didn't even recognize Mary Ruth for a little bit. And that actually began Mary Ruth's journey into healing and health and wellness. And she became certified in so many different things just to be able to save her mom's life. Ultimately, that became the seed level and foundation of building a health and wellness business that became what it is today, which is Mary Ruth's. I share that with you because in the last 20 years, because of her health protocol, spiritual protocol, she was able to keep it from growing back, but eventually it did. And doctors said that today, which is happening at this exact moment, she would have to have surgery once again for the tumors to be removed. So I wanted to do this also in honor of her, to bring light to her soul. And she has played a large role, actually, in allowing me to even be here with you and having a platform. I can't emphasize enough the angelic nature of this woman. And I just got a message from Mary Ruth about the surgery, and I'll share this with you, and then I will continue with the study. Update on my mom's brain tumor surgery today. I was with my mom this morning at 3:30 a.m., and she was in good spirits. The surgeon just told me they were able to remove the entire tumor from her brain. So far, everything is going well. We will be able to see her in 3 hours. So the surgery is about 45 minutes longer from now. She'll be in the ICU. She'll be awake soon, and we will see her at 1 p.m. So I'll be going to the hospital in a few hours myself. Thankfully, there's no cancer. This is my mom's third surgery, and the last two were when I was 20 years old. My mom is a fighter. I'll be slow to respond for the next couple of weeks. So that's the update. So I want to just thank you also for your prayers and support. I will read now from the Holy Zohar, just from the ancient Aramaic. So this was written 2,000 years ago. And the Zohar is basically the soul of the Bible. It's a decodification of the Bible to reveal its practical, energetic secrets for all souls of mankind. I'll read the Aramaic because the reading of this original language brings light to our souls and, of course, the collective souls of humanity. Dahu karbana, divchol yama, avchol zaman uzman, legabe kutsha berichu, diit kalilat, be'ebein kol sha'ar, achlusin v'cholidin, pulchenin, apikud la mibein guvin, umein sha'ar amin, כך ישראל כל זמן, דהינון עתימי ליבה, ולא פתחין בדיותה לה סלקין ריחה, ולה אפק לוז, מיגו גובין. The Zohar says, where does all disease come from? Whether it's a physical disease, sometimes there's a disease in a company. Right? Sometimes there's a disease in a relationship. And there's a disconnection. The disease is a disconnection. All diseases come from when there's fragmentation and disunity on the consciousness level. So let's think about this for a moment. Whenever we have doubts and fears, we have fragmentation. We're worried about the future. We feel bad about the past. You have now fragmented your energy and diffused it. This fragmentation allows the negative side to come in. This secret is actually hidden in the Bible. Those of you, whatever religion you are from, the Old Testament says very clearly about the 7 days of creation. It says that on the first day of creation, which is all a metaphor, it's all symbolism, the negative side, aka the Satan, the angel of death, was not created. But on the second day of creation, it says heaven and hell, but that's code. On the second day is when the negative force of the angel of death was created. And the sages say, why is the Bible telling us that the negative side come on the second day? To show us that negativity can only come when there's separation. When there was one day only, it was unity, it was wholeness, it was love. Because the numerical value in Hebrew for the word one is the same as the numerical value for love, ahava, which is 13. Something that is in oneness is also in complete love, and no negativity can penetrate. When you are unified with yourself first, meaning you're not judging yourself, you're not getting down on yourself, you're not harming yourself, you're taking care of yourself physically, emotionally, spiritually, putting yourself first, by the way, which is not selfish. Because if you don't take care of yourself, you can't take care of anybody else. If you are lacking, you're just giving lack to other people. This is where disease comes in. This is where the angel of death comes in ultimately, because the angel of death is just the final representation of a disease. Every time there is fragmentation and separation, this is what we're seeing in the world. As more people fight each other and create more fragmentation, as opposed to, we can disagree, we can have healthy arguments. I think my team and I, we disagree on so many things. Mary Ruth and I, we disagree on so many things. My friendships, my relationships, we disagree on so many things. Disagreeing is not a problem. It is when the hatred seeps in, when the judgment seeps in, when you secretly hope the other person suffers. I've said this many times. When you secretly hope that one of your former boyfriends or girlfriends or spouses suffers, like you kind of hope that they suffer. Maybe you're going through a divorce and you kind of hope that, I remember this woman was telling me she's going through a divorce. She felt betrayed by her ex-husband. And now he's going through a very tough time. And she said, I'm happy he got what he deserved. I said to her, I said, you hoping that your ex-husband suffers means you're creating fragmentation, and so disease will enter your circle of energy. I said, how is your son doing? She said, interesting you're saying that. My son is also going through a difficult time and suffering on something totally different. I said, what has come to me is that because you wish your ex-husband ill, you have now let the angel of death into your circle, and now the angel of death is hovering around your child. She quickly realized she must, despite his betrayal, despite how he treats her, she must not wish him harm. And so we have to look at our lives. Are you wishing the competition harm? Are you wishing your exes harm? Are you sometimes even subconsciously wishing the people you love to fall from grace so that they don't get too ahead of you? They don't become more successful than you. They don't get married too quickly. Are you happy sometimes when your best friend is going through a breakup because now you get your best friend back? These are all very subconscious fragmentations. And so we must be very careful, because to the extent of separation in our lives is the extent of the angel of death and disease entering. So I always, as you know, want to make all my studies very practical. The way to have healing is not just to pray for other people to have healing or to pray for yourself. The way to have healing is not just to go take medicine or have a surgery. We must all ask ourselves one question first. Because if you ask yourself this question and you solve this problem, then you'll find the right doctors, you'll find the right medicine, you'll find the right herbs, you'll find the right healing. It's all going to come to you. Where in my life can I right now reduce my ego and remove the fragmentation? It's not about being right, it's about being with the light. There's a very famous story also in the Bible about Moses. And it says here that Moses was leading the people. He was the high priest, the leader, and there were millions of people following him in the desert. It says about Moses, and he was a Pisces. Very interestingly, Moses was born on the 7th of Pisces, and he died on the 7th of Pisces, 120 years later. People who fully finish their soul correction are usually born and die on the same day. It happened to King David. It happened to Abraham the patriarch. It happened to his son Isaac. It happened to Jacob and Joseph and so many more biblical characters, sages, and prophets. They were born and died on the same day. So it says that he was Pisces. And about the Pisces, often the Pisces can have one of the strong traits is humility. It says that Moses was so humble, but what did it mean? It mean that he had no attachment to his leadership position. The Creator asked him to be a leader, and Moses didn't care if he was or he wasn't. And that's also a sign of a great leader. And anything in this world that you want to keep, you also have to be willing to let go completely. Otherwise, you cannot keep it. Otherwise, it means that you feel an ego attachment to it. And so at some point, it must be taken away from you. At one point, Moses gets challenged. Someone by the name of Korach, who was a very spiritual person and a wealthy person, came to Moses and said, "Why should you be the leader? I too am on a high spiritual level, and God has blessed me with wealth. I should be the leader. But why you?" And I'll read the exact verse for you from the Bible. It says, Vaishma Moshe Vaipol al Panav. Says here that, and Moses heard what Korach said, and he fell upon his face. He fell to the ground and surrendered. Moses didn't calculate whether he was right or wrong. He said, "You know what? I don't care. Take it all. Take the leadership, take the money." He immediately reached the place of complete disconnection, but he also knew that the Creator is in control. He said, "I will let go, internally let go." And then his next line was, "Boker veyoda Hashem et asher lo ve'et hakadosh vayikriv elav." He said, in the morning, tomorrow morning, let's both come, and we'll have the Creator will make a decision who the leader should be. But me personally, I don't care. So powerful. What does it mean? So many of us, we fight for what we think is right and our position and our wealth. And as we become more powerful and we have more to lose, we actually get farther from spirituality. When you have nothing to lose, everyone's spiritual. Everyone's letting go and surrendering when you have nothing to lose. Soon as you have something to lose, Kabbalah, I'm not sure. It just becomes platitudes. Right? Then we start to justify acting a certain way. Now it's a survival mechanism. Moses, the higher he got, one of my mentors taught me this. The higher you go, financially, spiritually, reputationally, the higher your level of letting go must be. But often, the higher we go, the less we let go. Because now we have a lot to lose. For example, charity. I tell you, the people who have the easiest time giving charity are the people who don't have that much. Here's $100, here's $1,000, maybe $10,000. But oftentimes, the more money you have, the harder it is. Because you're on a higher level of energy. There's more of energy coming. So letting go is also letting go of more energy. It becomes very difficult. So for all of us, we must examine where we have attachments to things that we cannot let go, and how those attachments are causing us dis-ease and disunity. And something that I've also done recently is I have programmed my phone to not be able to access social media besides 1 hour in the day. So I cannot now, for example, go into my Instagram and see what's going on or communicate. Why? Because I realized that even though I'm a content creator and I need to be on social media, my focus and attention was being fragmented. I rather spend the whole day in a higher state of consciousness doing other types of work that are deep work, focused work, unified work. Ultimately, my goal is to not even have a phone. This is one of my goals. Because the less fragmentation you have, the higher your success. The more focus, the more unity, the more time collapses, the higher your levels of success in every part of your life. So disunity isn't just about you getting upset with someone. Disunity is also jumping around from one thing to another. Focusing on this, and then someone asks you a question and you go over here, and then someone says that, and then you go here and you answer your text, then you go into your email, and then you're jumping all over the place. This also increases cortisol, glutamate in the brain, and you end up, and I shared this last week, you end up making 30, 40,000 decisions a day versus what our ancestors used to do, which was 1 to 2,000 decisions a day. This is scientific proof and also spiritual proof. So one of the things that I haven't announced it yet, but we're going to have a journey in a few weeks, is how do we just become less fragmented? How do we just become more unified? Peace in the world is not coming from countries coming up with a nice treaty and this legal point, that legal point. The ability for countries to stop wars and become unified starts with its people becoming unified in their own consciousness and soul on our individual level, and then creating a critical mass of people who do so. So yes, I mean, how many people we have now? 3,000, 4,000 people on. If just us 4,000 people had more certainty, less worry about the future and our past, we became like Moses. We let go, at least inside of ourselves, take the power, take it all. Internally, I don't care, but of course, let's leave it to the Creator. Like, at least just let go inside of yourself. Like, be open that maybe you're wrong. Just us, you can end a war that's happening in another country. It doesn't take a lot of people, by the way. It says if 10 people did it, the whole world would have peace. Just 10 people. There's a very high level of consciousness. So much more I could share about that, but I'll save it for another time. So in summary, let's take an action in the next hour where we are at least internally letting go of our attachment to something that we're so sure we're right about. Just tell them, maybe the mantra should be, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Creator, you choose. I will let the Creator decide. I'm not saying you got to go out and give everything away. I'm not saying that. I'm saying just internally be open. Let the Creator maybe show you another angle, another side. I'm always worried when people are so sure about their position. It means they're not with the light. Be like Moses. Maybe I'm not supposed to be the leader. Moses was cool either way. We got to be cool either way. No one can take what's yours, so what are we worried about? All right. Let's close with a little meditation. We'll put some music on. If you'd like to join me, it's more than a meditation. It's a soul journey to help us connect to the parts of ourselves that already knows this wisdom, so it becomes a permanent part of who we are. All right, so let's take a moment and just close our eyes. And let's leave this physical world of noise. All the news, all the people around us who need things from us. All the decisions that we need to make, just rise above it for a moment. And before your soul came to this world, it was much simpler. It was only you in the light of the Creator. When people have near-death experiences and they say that they see the light, what they see is the pure perfection above the illusion. And that reality exists now as well. So let's turn off the noise. Let's turn off all the videos and content that's distracting us and fragmenting us. And come with me to a place that is your happiest place, where you feel most safe, most happy, most whole, most unified. Where are you now? And what does the perfected self look like? A version of you that has so much certainty. The version of you that has completely let go and surrendered the hurt, the heartache, the story that you've been telling everyone. Let go of the story. The identity that you carry. Something has happened to you. Someone has taken something from you. A story that it is not fair. A story that I wish it was different. A story that I wasted my time. I can't believe I let them do that to me. Let's let go of all of that. And connect now to the part of you that is completely whole. Visualize yourself as just a channel of white light. And you are smiling. And you feel this euphoria running through you. And you feel what it is like to be one with the Creator. And your heart is open. And your heart is bursting with love for even the people that you thought were your enemies. Who do you have to forgive? Are you ready to let them go right now? Are you ready to forgive yourself? Are you ready to internalize and to know that everything that happened in your past, everything you did or didn't have a chance to do, it's exactly the way the Creator wanted it. You must know that it was perfect. For if you can know that it is perfect, then you have healed. No one will give us the answers we are looking for to heal us. There is no person out there that will come to rescue. There's no one that will come to love you and then you feel loved. You must know that when you look in the mirror, you look into your own eyes and you see your own soul. This is the love of your life. You are the love of your life. You are the source of all blessings and you are the source of all fulfillment. You are the source of all sustenance and all healing. You have this power. You have the same power as the great sages that came before us. There's no difference between you and Jesus, you and Moses, you and Muhammad, you and all the great prophets. There's really no difference. The only difference is we think it takes a long time to get to their level. What if you already were at their level? What if you already had the powers to heal and to bless, to change physicality? All that's missing is knowing that you have this power. And there's a voice that comes and says, but no, I am not on this level. And that is the fragmentation that is just an illusion. I ask you to be delusional about your power, because what is delusional in this world is reality in the world above. And each one of us, especially when we are united, especially when we can put our differences aside, and we are not afraid of loss, afraid of the future. We see wonders never seen before. There's a world that is waiting for you. This world does not have ups and downs. You will be free. You will be at peace. You will be able to do the most simple and mundane things and feel the greatest joy, because you are able to feel the light in everything that you do. I ask all of us, let go of the breadcrumbs that we're holding on to. Let go of the hope that others fail, or stay low, or stay single. Can you visualize your enemy right now? The one you think is opposing you and against you. Can you visualize them right now? Bring them close to you. I want you to put your left hand on the back of their neck, and I want you to look into their eyes. And you are souls that have traveled together for lifetimes. This person may look like they are against you. It may look like they don't understand you. It may look like they are pure evil. But beneath that facade is the light of the Creator, who is secretly, from a place of love, trying to elevate you to your highest place. We don't want to be surrounded with just people who say yes, people who say we're great, people who agree with everything we do, for we will never become who we are meant to be. This opposition, they have volunteered to come into your life to do the dirty work from a place of love. They must fake hating you. They must fake trying to suppress you, and silence you, and diminish you, sabotage you. It's all fake. In many ways, they are your soulmate. Bring them close and give them a hug. And feel your hearts become one. And the light of the Creator shining through both of you and spreading across the entire world. Remember this moment. This is where true healing comes from. This is the heart of all manifestation of blessings in our life. I never want you to worry again about anything. For when your soul leaves this world, it will wonder why it worried about anything at all. It will see the truth. In fact, our souls come back saying, let me try that one more time. I see it was all a game. I want to go back and play it again. So remember now, have fun. Help people. Care about them. Reach out to them. Don't keep score. Don't be transactional. People hurt you. They didn't mean to hurt you. They were asked from above to oppose you so you could elevate. Become like the Creator. Those glorious things are waiting for each one of us. Let's take a moment. If there's anything you would like to ask, ask now from the Creator to help you and to guide you. Creator is listening. The angels are listening. We are in such a high vibration that the sages are sitting around us, sitting around you, in awe of you. It is written that a human in the physical world, at his or her highest consciousness, is higher than any of the angels or prophets who have left and are watching us from above. Because you are a candle in the darkness, while they are a candle in the light, whose light shines brighter. It is yours. Let's say thank you to the Creator, not just for our blessings, but for our pain. And let's bring this energy back down to this world. And let's continue to be a candle for this world. I want to thank everybody again for joining us. We will get this recording out to everyone, and please share it with whoever you think will benefit from it. I'll send it as an email to everybody, and if you're not on my email list, just go to my website and sign up there so you can get this. Make sure it tries to go out by today or tomorrow. Thank you, everyone. I look forward to seeing you soon. Our next journey will begin on April 1st. I'll hopefully announce it this week, and everybody can be a part of it. It's going to be one of our most powerful ones yet. Thank you, everybody.